Well, look who's back in the news again, Bryan Singer. And shout out to Professor Black Truth because he was actually the first person when I got on Twitter this morning and I had saw something about Bryan Singer. By the way, it is currently June 13th, 2019. Of course, by the time y'all see this video, a couple of days might have already passed. But Bryan Singer is back in the news again, and the reason why he is back in the news is because he is paying one of his accusers $150,000 to settle a rape accusation. They have been handling Bryan Singer's situation with kid gloves since the very beginning when this stuff started to come out, which was, shoot, how long ago was that? How many years ago was that? And he's still been able to manage to work. Now, something that Professor Black Truth mentioned in his tweet when he brought up Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, I don't know if he did or if he didn't, but if he did, they would have made sure to make that one big media firestorm and asked him as to why he was doing that and tried to go out of their way to make him look like he was the bad guy when it comes to situations such as that. Like, how dare you try to settle this? Like, they look, the point being, they wanted to see Bill Cosby burn. And unfortunately, it happened. And unfortunately, many of our people just sat there and allowed it to happen with very little pushback. But shout out to Nicole's View, because she's like one of the few people that actually went and sat in on his trial like every day. As a matter of fact, she's the only person I know who did, personally. But yeah, Bryan Singer is reaching into his pockets, probably pulling out some of them funds that he's made with the X-Men films and that Bohemian Rhapsody film over the last years to pay this person to settle. Basically, settling means you're paying for silence. After that, this person, the accuser, can pretty much no longer talk about this case. So that means this person most likely has something on Bryan Singer, which I'm sure they do, but it's hush money. That's basically what it is. That's what Harvey Weinstein just did. But of course, his was a bit significantly larger. He did the same thing, but they don't really allow a lot of black entertainers to actually do that. Now, I know what some people are going to say. Michael Jackson did it, but guess what? All that stuff with Michael Jackson turned out to be a stone cold lie. It's proof that they were lying. As far as Bryan Singer and Harvey Weinstein goes, the jury is still out for that. Because 9 times out of 10, they most likely did it. But let me go ahead and read this article coming from The Wrap. Director Bryan Singer will pay $150,000 to settle a rape accusation, though Singer denies any wrongdoing. Cesar Sanchez Guzman said in a lawsuit filed in December 2017 that Singer sexually assaulted him during a 2003 Seattle yacht party when Sanchez Guzman was 17. The settlement was announced Wednesday. Mr. Singer has denied even knowing this individual, let alone allegedly interacting with him more than 15 years ago. Sanchez Guzman filed for bankruptcy in 2014. Sanchez Guzman's creditors reopened the case against him. They said he did not list the potential proceeds from a lawsuit against Singer as an asset. In a filing Wednesday, attorney Rory C. Livesey represented the creditors, said they will receive just under $61,000. Anything left over after the $61,000 in legal costs are covered will go to Sanchez Guzman. Livesey said the debt involved student loans. Livesey said in his filing that there was no evidence to support the allegation that Singer ever attended a party on a yacht with Guzman, something that Singer denies ever occurred. The litigation will resolve Sanchez Guzman's litigation against Singer, Livesey said. An attorney for Sanchez Guzman did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Bretler stated the decision to resolve the matter with the bankruptcy trustee was purely a business one, as litigation costs would well exceed the amount requested by the trustee to pay off the creditors who owe money when the debtor filed for bankruptcy. In February, Millennium Films put on hold its comic book adaptation Red Sonja, which Singer had been scheduled to direct. Now, isn't it amazing after all this, Bryan Singer is still able to hold on to his career even just on mere accusations. When black people, especially black men, get accused of something like that just on mere allegations, we are made to have to they are made to have to put their entire career on hold until the whole matter is resolved. And even after then, they'll still look at him with a side eye. Singer was also fired from last year's hit Bohemian Rhapsody, although they fired him. I think they fired him later on in the game. I don't think they fired him early on. In January, The Atlantic published a story detailing 4 accounts from men accusing Singer of sexual misconduct beginning in 2014. Singer has denied all the accusations. He is best known for directing 4 X-Men films as well as The Usual Suspects. It's just amazing of the stuff that he can get away with. And we know why that is. My thing is, why would you settle with this if you aren't guilty of said crime? I really side-eye Bryan Singer. I really do. And have for quite some time, like all the way back to when them first allegations started to come out. Like, I think that was right around the time he did the last X-Men film that he did, which was Days of Future Past, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was First Class. I can't remember. But it's something really shady about this Bryan Singer. To be completely honest, I think he actually did what he is actually accused of, to be quite honest. I would just like to know, where is Me Too at? I would just like to know where that is. Because when Michael Jackson and Bill Cosby did the whole settling thing, they called it hush money, but they're not saying the same thing for Bryan Singer, although that's pretty much the same thing. Harvey Weinstein did the same thing. They didn't come after him either. But we'll see. We shall see. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.